And basically what it does is it takes the exact end. Like, at first when you start the game, it's like even for me, I've seen it all so far and I'm like, what the hell's going on? It was one of those kind of introductions, I guess, to mesh with the whole new, expansion thing that was remastered alongside the actual game and meshed together with it seamlessly. So, that was interesting. And it's also kind of like functions as a tutorial too, which was cool. And it's just kind of like, oh, this is what's going on, and then you go back to like the normal like hub, I guess you could say, with the other companions. Or it's not the normal hub that's like in the show, but it's definitely one of major similarity, but it's different due to the fact that, story plots. Ah, shit. That's the one that always gets me. Anyway, and like I'm trying not to make it sound dull, but like I said, I don't want to say a lot either, because if I had to recommend the show, I would in a heartbeat. Like, I wouldn't even have to think on it. I'd just be like, yes, watch it, do it now. I'd actually rewatch it all over again if I could. I mean, I could, but I just don't feel like I have time for that with the other shit that I do at the moment. So yeah, but the game is it's not an entire what if scenario. Son of a, oh, I did it. No, I didn't. No, fuck. It's basically, that question is if that same thing had happened this way instead, that's how it happens in the game. And it just kind of follows through from there. And so instead of, even though it does have the exact same ending, because of that something that happens the other way instead, it sets it up for a whole new, like, adventure within the actual adventure. So it's like, it's the end, but it's not really the end yet, because it's like an alternate story, but it's still canon and it's still the same. It's just like I said, it's, I mean, I don't mean to make it sound like butchered, like no offense, but Resident Evil's Operation Raccoon City, which I love Resident Evil to death too. That is one of my favorite frickin' franchises for a multitude of reasons. But Operation Raccoon City, this what if scenario, was not as good as they had made it seem when I actually played it. That's all I have to say on that. And that's just out of sheer disappointment, really. Not that the game itself was bad, because I actually thought it was a cool third-person shooter, but just the fact that instead of being set within that time period, the timeline of that particular scenario in the Resident Evil series, they tried to mesh it with the story and do a what-if scenario on it. If this character had met that one, and this had happened this way with this group instead of the way that it originally did, and it pissed me off more than anything. Shit. Yeah. So, no, I don't mean to make it sound like that. It's actually really good so far. A lot of mystery, a lot of whatever. I almost thought about streaming it too, but I was like, nah, I'm already streaming this, and I shouldn't get too many games started at once. Not to mention, I have to fight with the frickin' Twitch link all the time to actually say that I'm streaming this name of this stream with this video, and not with this game, I mean, and not this game, because I don't know why it does that to me, but I have to restart a frickin' stream about 20 times before it finally changes the name. But I mean, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew, and I, being the crazy game fanatic that I am, make a bad habit of doing that sometimes. Yes. So, I mean, I'm not that far into it, and I'm almost done. But at the same time, it's almost like an open world-esque Final Fantasy style, and I say that only in the aspect of the open world. you know, with so vast, so many quests, so many people, so much shit to do, and even just conversation and dialogue can take about half an hour. Not even kidding. So it's like I wanted to stream it just because, like I said, said when I first started this, is you'll find me doing and playing things that most other people wouldn't even, you know, just because I can. But it seemed like even if I did long play on it, like 5 hours would get me maybe like 2 quests and like just maybe a bunch of fighting and dialogue. Like, well, not that that's a bad thing, but I don't know, just the way the pace of the game is right now, especially so early on where I don't really know anything about it. Because, let's be honest, what RPG game of any friggin' kind, especially if it has RPG elements and it's actually a different genre, like shooting or horror or whatever, you can't tell me your first 20 hours into the game, if you haven't beaten the story already, you know, that you're going to anytime soon. If you haven't beaten the story of a game of that type within the first, I want to say, between 12 and 20 hours that you're playing it, chances are you haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet, because that's just how it goes. There's no in between. I've come to learn this. Which isn't a bad thing, but I have a tendency to play really long games because a lot of games that I played, especially on the PS3, which I have no regret playing, but it was like I always beat them in a day or two. Either because I had way too much time on my hands, or I hit my stride and boom, done before you knew it. And it was like kind of depressing because some of them were really good games, but I mean, you gotta think how long it takes people, even now with the technology that we have, to make a good game, and, you know, especially depending on the type of game you're going for. You're not gonna find a friggin' first-person shooter game that's gonna last you the same length as, you know, an online multiplayer game, or as an RPG game. You know, you're not. Maybe an RPG game that has shooting elements, you know, like Fallout. But, you know, again, that's like a whole different category on its own nowadays, so. But, yeah, all in all, shit. Man, now I'm gonna beat you with your own fucking ass. You just got handed your own ass. Fuck me, dude. I got plowed, and not the way I like it. So, yeah, not to show any disinterest that I'm playing this, because I love Doom. Doom's like one of my favorite fucking games ever. But, no, I had to talk about Sword Art, because, again, I can't stress enough the fact that it is totally worth checking out. Whether, I mean, I can't give a full-on opinion about the game yet. I'm sure you'll hear about it at some point, but because, like I said, it's still so early on for a game of that type for me to really say anything. But I mean, I like it. It's interesting. It's different than anything I've ever played before. It's good so far. The show was amazing.
Those who came before you,
and I'm someone who doesn't like cry at jack shit like ever. Just plain and simple.
Working together as a team, that we will elevate ourselves to the next plane of existence.
But the end of the second volume, the second season, because each volume has like 2 seasons. it's just how they did it. But, or maybe that's just the way Netflix had it set up. I don't know. Like I said, that's usually how that kind of animation stuff works, and it's just confusing for someone like me who's only like just dabbled in it a little bit. And of course, I've watched both old and new and recent stuff, so, and they change things a lot and do things differently. They're always trying to figure out what works best, so. Anyway. Shit. But if it's, especially if you like anything role-playing game, like anything like that. I mean, it could be Dungeons and Dragons, it can be anything card related, it can be an actual video game like Final Fantasy or Legends of Dragoon or Dragon Age. I don't know, anything that's kind of like really heavy RPG like that, you'll love Sword Art. You'll instantly fall in love with it, I promise. Because that's basically what it is. It's an online, massive multiplayer friggin' role-playing game. Except it's all virtual reality, and that's kind of like the setup for the game. The game is actually called Sword Art Online, and 10,000 people. Because it's only the first night that it releases is 10,000 copies, and then those 10,000 people all log on around the same time, and of course those who didn't log on at the same time log on later, and are unfortunately fucking clueless as to what's going on. And for reasons I'll leave unsaid so that you'll actually stay interested enough to check it out at least. They can't leave the game under any and all circumstances unless it's death. And like, I mean death. Like, you die in the game, you will die in real life. And if you try to leave in real life and try to exit your full dive like gear, almost kind of reminds me of the Animus from Assassin's Creed. I mean, it's a comfortable ergonomic table and chair setup, almost like a bed, and you've got like your like VR helmet, like the PSVR that's coming out, and like shit like that. It's pretty cool, and it literally puts you into like so you're like half asleep, but your subconscious stays wide awake and fully functioning, so that you have control over your motor skills and your cognitive brain functions and shit. And you play the game like that. And I guess there were tons of games coming out for it, in the show, in that fictional reality. There were a ton of games coming out for it, and that was like a really big, overhyped one. Kind of like Horizon Zero Dawn is. Everybody's hyped for that, like fucking crazy, and I don't blame them. I am one of those people. I miss dinosaur games, man. They need to bring those back. How about a friggin' Turok reboot? By the same people who made DooM. That'd be awesome, because I don't think the original company that made Turok is still around anymore. I don't remember who it was. But yeah, this is basically what it's about. And those 10,000 people, man, they have to figure out how to get out. That's all I can really say without giving away like the entire first episode. Because if I say any more, then you'll be like, what? And I won't make any sense. It'll turn you off from watching it, and I'll have to explain it because that will give it away. So we'll leave it at that. 10,000 people stuck in a virtual reality game where there's no rules, anything goes, and I am fucking myself over bad at the moment. And it's all up to them to either kill each other or work together to find a way out of it. I'm literally a death game. God damn it! Why is that fat fuck in my face? We can't just be happy and content with spewing plasma at me from a distance, huh? No, gotta get up in my face, start yelling at me, biting me and shit. You're like my psycho ex-girlfriend. But, yep, so remember that. Sword Art Online. Check it out. And if you like it, you can pick up the game. Well, games. There's Hollow Fragment that I'm playing now, which was remastered, I think it was 2014? I didn't even know about it until like the other day. I got it for $5 on a flash sale. And then I realized what it was and I was like, fuck yeah! And don't let it fool you. For something that's older and should be considered outdated because it's just a remaster of one game and a game size expansion for that game, they're actually pretty well updated. And then there's Sword Art Online, RE, Hollow Fragments, Lost Song is the new one that came out like last year, and then there's one coming out in around the same time that Hollow Realization. I don't know what the other two are about, I just know it's part of the alternate story, so yeah. Again, I'm sure you'll hear from me on that at some point too when I get around to playing them. I mean, I'm not like super hyped about it or overexcited or anything, like I would be if they announced season 3 of the show. But again, I just started playing the game and I don't know anything about the other two because I didn't even know there were games. You know, it's a new thing, so that's new. Yeah, how did you, fucker? Are you serious? Nope. That's crap. I was still up in the air. I have full mobility. Jesus Christ. It's because I know if I go back in where the pinkies were, if I remember correctly, that's the exit to the level, and I'll be missing so much shit. They kind of snuck that in, when a couple of the original Doom and Doom 2 maps. Exit's right in the beginning. Go ahead, miss all the ammo and health and backpack upgrades for your inventory that you're gonna need. Take the easy way out. See what happens. And let me tell you, it was never anything good that happened out of that. And yeah. Yeah. What's down here? Ah, blew your fucking arm off. Touch me now. There. Last straw looking motherfucker. What the hell? Alright, I am tired of looking like a chest burster just popped out of my gut, man. It's not right. I've died 9 times in the past like 20-30 minutes with no effing progress. Don't let me fool you, and I apologize if I drive anybody nuts. I'm actually, because I was raised by my parents to be this way, a very well-mannered person. I just like to use the word fuck a lot. Why? I don't know. I cannot answer that. I couldn't. It's the one word. And everything else, whether I'm actually aggravated or I'm not, and I'm just like doing what I am now, whatever, you know, words are words. But for some reason, the F-bomb seems to be my favorite freaking word to use. This is the first thing that comes to my mind before I even get a chance to actually think. It's just like, fuck. It can be casual, it can be vulgar, it can be angry, it can be funny. It's just, I don't know, fuck is universal, man. Can't help it. Here we are getting a lesson on swear words. Yeah! fucker. Now what? My dear, sweet Jesus. And like I said in the last one, this is why my videos are so long, because I fucking suck. I only get to do this almost like a week goes by before I play again, so I spent like the first hour like honing my skills. Kill 3 or more demons with a single detonation 15 times. I'm pretty sure this would be the perfect chapter to do it on too, if I remember correctly. Which, do I ever? Not really. Decrease weapon self-damage, now I'm gonna need that. Especially if I'm doing that fucking rocket launcher challenge. Oh my god. I forgot I had that. Yeah, that's so cool. I never realized it was the little auto-loading switch on the side there. See, in Doom 3, the plasma rifle is a little bit different, but basically similar. And where that little round thing is that spins right there, that was actually like what held the magazine or the capsule in place. Like, it would flip open like a double barrel, and you would just pop a freaking capsule in the back there and close in, and that would like spin rapidly and lock it in. Then every time you fired, it would like twitch a little bit. It was pretty cool. I don't even know. Okay, maybe that's not the exit to the level, but it's in that general direction. I remember that much. So much you can skip right in the friggin' beginning, and that's not what I want to do. So I'm trying to remember. Stick nozzle. Ah, bitch. Teabag your face. Cause I pity the fool. Snipe. Oh, no, I missed. There, fucker. That's payback. Alright, now we got that mastered, finally. Holding the weapon mod button, L2 to lock, now supports up to 3 targets. Rockets will be divided amongst established locks. Alright, so basically watch this shit. 1, 2, 3. See that? You can like barely see it because I'm moving around a lot. You are forced to be reckoned with. And I don't know what I backed up on, but it snared me and it wouldn't let me move, so I had to take that one like a champ. I took a dive, man. They made me do it. Shit, that's right. You know what I could be using? The friggin' hologram. That would probably be helping me out. I promise, I don't really suck as much as I seem to. If I play by myself, and I don't even have to get serious, but if I'm just like quiet and just all full-on gaming mood, like, I whip ass. Doesn't matter what game I play. I was literally born with a controller in my hand. I think I picked up a controller when I was like 2 or 3. That was on the friggin' Nintendo and the PS1. Gaming is what I do, but even then I still manage to suck at it sometimes. Lord have mercy! No. Ah, dick. Yeah, came up with a flying knee. Some MMA shit. Knock your punk ass out. Retreat. Cause I'm a little bitch. Dude, really? One bite? One bite. Fucking eat me. Eat me. Eat me. Okay. Okay, where you going? Go get my gun back. You know, I feel bad for anybody who missed the chainsaw in the beginning of this game. Because I honestly wonder if you can actually get it after that. I mean, a lot of the other guns are laying around at various points. After the initial time you're actually supposed to find them, they're laying around at various ammo caches and stuff. But that's the only chainsaw I've ever seen out of the entire game, so... Man, you missed that. I'm pretty sure it sucks for you. I know, I've already tried the strategy. Fucker. Pop your fucking melon. Fuck. You cock-sucking motherfucker. I was hoping to hit him with a friggin' plasma ball to make it easier to switch to the rocket launcher and lock onto him and actually hit him. Because it's easy as shit, but I mean, when you can't lock onto him because he's teleporting all over the damn place, and you're over there wasting rockets that you need for friggin' everything else. Oh yeah, that's probably another reason why it's difficult. I'm on ultraviolet. Forgot about that. Are you going to fucking switch weapons now? Oh my god. Thank you. I've only been hitting the button about 20 times. Really? Yes, let's get randomly fucking... It was probably that fucking Cackle Demon again, too. I've now surpassed my records of death in one level, and in a shorter time. Last chapter was 13. This one's 14. Alright, that's it. Going radio silent for a moment. Going pro. Whee! Bitch. Yeah, and you, like, fucking lead me. Get out of here. Why are you always gonna lead me on? Dick. Really? That's it. Now I know for a fact that there are two separate Cackle douchebags. I figured there was, but also that time I went down there, I left the other ones alive, so I figured maybe they had just followed me. But no, it turns out there actually is two more. Now I'm no longer a man. I am dangerous. That's what I am. Because I have a plan. Nope. And suck my dick. Hey, that was a checkpoint too. Fucking A right, dude. One-way fucking first-class flight. Oh wow, I actually did it. Praise the sun!